Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making Fudgy chocolate bundt cake. And on the cover of my newest book, Baking with Success, is my most favorite chocolate cake in the world. It's a layer cake with a ganache frosting. But today, I'm sort of feeling like a bundt cake. Something easy, something fast, nothing that I want to worry about. So this is my second most favorite. Super easy. So I have a 10-cup bundt or a 10-cup capacity bundt pan, and it's one of those fancy schmancy ones. They're a little fussy, shall we say? You didn't hear that. And they can be a little difficult to get the cake out. So what you want to do is you want to coat it with shortening, that's my secret, and a little bit of flour, dump it out in the sink, set it aside. Now this is super easy, this cake. It's called the one-stage method, or the one-step method, or I like to say the dumping method. So you have all your dry ingredients in your electric mixing bowl, and then you're going to mix your liquid ingredients and add them. That's your batter. Boom, that's it. Nothing to cream, no, softened butter. So in here, in my electric mixing bowl, I have 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to put Dutch processed cocoa powder, and that's 3/4 cup. Dutch process is darker than natural cocoa powder. The acidity has been removed, and it's just luscious. It's just super rich. 1 cup each of dark brown sugar and granulated sugar. Just get it all in there. Put it all in there. Okay. 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and that's table salt. Okay. Now I'm going to use my paddle attachment, but before you do, I like to whisk everything together. So if you want to come over here, take a look in my bowl. And I just like to whisk everything up because sometimes I think the paddle doesn't do as good a job. So this is sort of my secret to getting a really nice smooth batter. Just get everything going, gets the chemical leaveners blended, it gets the cocoa powder blended in, makes everything nice and chocolatey. And these are all of our dry ingredients. That's all we need. All right. Okay. Now we're going to mix up our liquid ingredients. Oh, don't go anywhere. My liquid ingredients are going to go in here. I have 1 cup of coffee that I've made. You can either take brewed coffee and let it cool, but I took 1 teaspoon of instant espresso powder and added 1 cup of boiling water and just let it cool down. If you don't want to do that, you can, like I said, have brewed, or you can do brewed espresso, whatever. Now, if you don't want it to spill all over, little trick. Take a whisk or a spoon, put it into a mixing bowl that you want to pour it in, just pour it down there. It'll just pour right down, nothing will drip on the sides. Perfect. 2 large eggs. Let's get those in there. Remember, this is all our liquid ingredients. That's it. 1/4 cup of, I use canola oil. You can use any type of vegetable oil, coconut oil, whatever you like, and 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. That's why it had that little brown in there. 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. The buttermilk is going to provide the acidity for the baking soda and help our beautiful cake to rise, in addition to that beautiful baking powder. So I'm going to mix that up. You see in there, you just want to break up your eggs. That's it. Get rid of your whisk. All right. Now, paddle on. All systems are go for our fudgy chocolate cake. You will be making this for years to come. Oh no, I guarantee it. So low speed, do this on low speed. Don't do what I did in my first job as a pastry chef. I put this huge mixer on high speed, and I was also making a chocolate cake. And guess what? I was wearing it with my nice white jacket, my nice white chef's coat. So slowly, slowly on low speed. Pour this in, let it blend together, maybe half in. All right, halfway in. A little bit more, and then I'm going to stop the mixer and get a rubber spatula and scrape down. Okay, so just going to scrape down. Oh, it's luscious looking, isn't it? Get down to the bottom, get everything off the paddle. Sometimes you get little lumps and bumps. Get that off. Okay, scrape that good stuff off onto the paddle so you don't lose it. All right, put it back in, low speed, and continue pouring this luscious, just slowly. You don't want to do it too fast because if you get a little sloshy, it's going to go all over you. Trust me. Remember the story I just told you. And the coffee makes such a beautiful contrast to the chocolate. It just adds to it. Not even a contrast, it's sort of an enhancement of that chocolate. I put coffee in with brownies when I make chocolate brownies. And then I'm going to put it up high speed for 2 seconds. We're done. The batter is done. And it's a thin batter. So you know that the one-stage method, or the dumping method as I like to say, has a very thin batter. So don't be looking for a very fluffy batter like you would get for the creaming method. You'll see it's not very thick, it's sort of thin. I want you to sort of scrape around the bottom with that rubber spatula because you may get some ingredients that you didn't get with that paddle. All right, I'm going over to my pan, and you're going to carefully pour. Remember, you don't have to worry about spreading it because it's so loose. You're just going to pour this in here. And the one thing I do want to tell you that I did forget, you're going to take about 1 cup of batter. So let me go get a measuring cup. And you're going to bake off 2 chef cupcakes because this Bundt pan, these particular 10-cup Bundt pans are very, very small. They're a little bit smaller than a standard Bundt, which can be up to like 12 cups. So you just take about 1 cup out. You don't want to fill a Bundt pan more than 2/3 full. So all I do is I take 1 cup out, and I can make 2 little cupcakes with that. Or if you have a little tiny cake pan or a ramekin, you can spray it with nonstick cooking spray and bake that off later. And those will bake for about 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. All right. I have preheated my oven. If you notice, it's only about 2/3 full. So I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. It's going to bake for 45 minutes. Put it in the center. And no peeking for 45 minutes. And remember that it's going to climb up, so you don't want to be looking, and we will bake that off later. Let me clean up a little bit and show you what the finished product looks like. I call this Fudgy Bundt cake sort of it's almost like a painting with a canvas, and it's a blank canvas. So I can take this Fudgy Bundt cake, and let me show you what it looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, right? Just beautiful. And what I like to do is, sometimes it depends on what I'm feeling. Sometimes it's like, well, all I want to do is blast it with a little powdered sugar. That's cool, right? Sometimes I want to put a glaze on it. So you can do a simple glaze with confectioner sugar. You could add a little milk. You could even add a little dissolved coffee and water. Or you could just do confectioner sugar and a little cream. And just drizzle and make it nice and beautiful like that. And then just put some chocolate sprinkles on top or chocolate shards. Or you could glaze it with a little ganache, whatever you want. But what's nice about this is perfect to freeze. Sometimes I keep 1 or 2 of these in my freezer, and someone says, I'm coming over, surprise, and it's like, uh-oh, I have my bundt cake. I have my fudgy Bundt. I can go in, get it, thaw it out in 2 seconds, and I got this loveliness here that does not look like I just made it, right? It doesn't look like, I just whipped it up. It's just like no big deal. So I hope you make this. This can be a canvas to many, many desserts. I hope you become a subscriber, and until next time, make a fudgy chocolate bundt cake.